Racing to the Kentucky Derby 2020. Let's take a look back at the Jerome Stakes run on Wednesday, January the 1st of 2020. And it was all Independence Hall in the Jerome Stakes. We previewed that video if you want to take a look at that. And an exciting race for Independence Hall. Kind of actually the antics before the race kind of had a little bit to do with some of the finishing position for Independence Hall. In the paddock area, he acted up and kind of jumped up and was a little bit skittish. Meanwhile, when he came out on the track, he was pretty much all business, warmed up well, and then the race took off, and Independence Hall broke just a step slow, so he actually broke in dead last in the field at 10 cents on the dollar. And since it was a small field and the three horses on the inside all stayed to the inside, after a quarter of a mile, Independence Hall really was up on near the lead, sitting just off the leader in the race, and then by the half-mile pole took the lead and went on to the four-length victory. So a little bit of antics in the paddock and a slow start. Meanwhile, Independence Hall runs the mile in 1:37 and 1/5. He wins by 4 lengths, and the preliminary Beyer speed figure is an 83 in his third lifetime start. Now, that's a key start for a lot of horses, especially within the same form cycle. In his second lifetime race, he had a 101 Beyer speed figure, which was the highest recorded by a 2-year-old in 2019 out of this crop. So it was a good foundation race. I guess you can either take a look at it either way since it's on the first. You can either say he ran 3 races as a juvenile and, see where he goes going forward, or technically on the calendar, it was January 1, so he ended up with 2 races on 2019, and then now this is the base moving forward. A couple of options. It looks like he's going to go to Florida. Right now, the early reports for Independence Hall are that Daily Racing Form is reporting that he is going to be pointed towards the Sam F. Davis Stakes, which is on February the 8th, and that'll be at Tampa Bay Downs if you want to make plans to go see that race. I expect another small field. I think Independence Hall is going to scare away some of the competition. I kind of like that road to the Kentucky Derby through Tampa Bay. It seems like the surface usually plays conducive to several different horses' type of running style. And we've seen Always Dreaming go to Tampa Bay, ran at Tampa Bay before winning the Kentucky Derby. We've seen several other horses run competitive races in the Kentucky Derby after running at Tampa Bay. And it kind of gives them that option to either go to the Bluegrass for the final prep, or they can stay right there for the Tampa Bay Derby for that final prep. So Independence Hall now 3 for 3 on the year. Remember, he's the first crop of Constitution, and this is the first crop turning 3 years old. Remember, we're going to lead you all the way up to the 2020 Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks. Hit like to this video or subscribe so we can get more people to watch these videos. What do you think? Were you impressed with Independence Hall? He was 1 to 10 on the board, 10 cents on the dollar. He won by 4 lengths, but he did break a little bit slow. Do you think he should go to Tampa Bay? Are you looking for the Tampa Bay Derby or the Bluegrass as the final prep? Remember, we previewed the Jerome Stakes. If you want to watch that, we've got another preview coming up for the Sham Stakes at Santa Anita this weekend. And remember, hit subscribe and like this video. That's a look and recap at the Jerome Stakes, an impressive victory for Independence Hall to start off his sophomore campaign.